Going to take you through the 4 steps in setting up your YHA IoT admin app. We will be setting up the IoT dashboard. So the first thing we will do is to remix our glitch project. Let's take a look at the link to the glitch project. We will click the link, and there we have the glitch project that we will make our own copy of by clicking the remix button. Once we've clicked the remix button, Glitch makes us our own special copy of the IoT dashboard application. However, it won't be fully functional until we've completed the next 3 steps. So we're going to let this spin up, and it will show that there are some errors until we have completed the previously mentioned steps. Steps 2, 3, and 4 still have to be completed before we can get this thing running. As you can see, there is currently an error, and we can't show the client application. We're going to name, I'll call this demo dashboard app. Okay, so I'm going to call this demo dashboard app. Name your own dashboard, something that's meaningful to you. Okay, so we'll go over here into this .env file, which if we look at the step number 2, it's telling us to put our Firebase credentials into that file. So we go to Firebase, which is firebase.google.com. We go to the console in Firebase, and we create a project. Now you can click Add a Project and just put a name to the project and create it. I've already created my project. I'm going to go to it over here called Demo. And once in your project, you go over to the project settings, go to where it says Service Accounts, and then there is a button that says Generate New Private Key. Go ahead and click that button, and it will download a file that has the necessary information. We will simply drag that file into a new tab within our Google Chrome browser, and we can see the necessary information. Going back to the .env file in the glitch project, we see it asks for the project ID. So we go into that file that we just downloaded, and we noticed here is the project ID. We copy that, and we paste it into, there we go, into the .env file. We do not need the SendGrid API key. That will be only for people dealing with mail administration, which we are not going to. The client email we do need. So we go to the client email section of this document, and we copy that. And then we paste it into the .env file. Finally, and what I'm going to do up here is turn it, make sure it's on wrap text. So this will be helpful for you. If you go up here and choose wrap text, the next step will look more like mine does. Private key is the last thing we need, and it's this big long thing starting with the double quotes and ending with the double quotes down here. We copy that and put it into the private key section of the .env file. And what we'll notice just with these 3 copy and pastes is that our server for our dashboard app will be running. See, the server is actually running. It serves up a client, but the client at this point is not fully functional. We still need to follow steps 3 and 4. So the next thing we do is we're going to get the project snippet from Firebase and put it into our index.html. So we go back to Firebase, click on the little house, and we click on this button, and we click Copy. Once we have copied that, we go into the index.html. We go to this section over here, particularly these lines right here, between lines 25 and 37, and we overwrite those by pasting over those with our new snippet, our bit of code. And we go ahead and let's tab that over so it looks a little bit nicer. now that we have done that, that is fulfilling the requirement of step 3. Now we only need one more step to be done, and we have done it, folks. The admin app URL. So if we look at our project, our admin app URL, we can actually click on Show Live. It will bring up the admin app, and we can just copy the URL right here. It's going to be the name of your project.glitch.me. We will copy that. Again, it's the name of your project.glitch.me. Do not copy the beginning that has https://. We want to start with the name of your project and then .glitch.me. Once we've copied that, we will take that into your Firebase, and we're going to go under authentication, and we will go into sign in method, and we will enable Google sign in. So if we go over to Google, we want to make sure we have enabled this Google sign in and click save, and we want to also click add domain, and we're going to add the domain that we have, basically the URL for our client application, and we're going to click add. Once that has been added, then we have completed this list of steps. And in fact, I should have also included to allow sign in with Google, so that will be also added to this list by the time you see it. And once you have done all those things, then guess what? We're going to see something happen over in this database section. So in the database section, we're going to see something happen. I'm going to go over here right now, and you can as well, and click create a database in Firebase. And we can start it in locked mode. That's fine. And once we have done that, we can right now click plus, and let's just do this right now. Let's type in share/buzz, and over here let's put false. We'll see why we do that in just a little bit. And then we can click the plus button, and we can see we've stored a value of false in a share section of the database. And again, this is the real-time database we just made. Okay, so once we have done that, now we can also add special rules for the database, which will make it work just the way we want it. And let's go ahead and grab the rules right here from the presentation, and we'll copy those rules. Close that. I'll copy those rules and go back into the database and click rules. And what we'll do here in the rules section is we're going to get rid of the current rules. We'll paste in these new rules and click publish. With these new rules in there, we should be just about good to go. Now, with all of this running, we're going to go back to the data section of the database and see what happens in a moment as we go back to our client application and we click sign in with Google. At this point, I'm going to click sign in with Google, and we should notice a little sign in area come up, and I click my Google account, and look what, I just signed in, and it says buzzing state is false. But now I can go back over here into the database, and I can even go back in here and change this manually and type in true and hit enter, and now look what happens. It changes it on the admin app. And that is pretty much it. By the time you will be seeing it, I'm also going to detail out the step 4 a little bit. Maybe I will over here maybe even add a 5th step. But that is all there is to getting the admin app up and running. Best to all of you.